of expertise to make your money work for what matters to you, for life outside the box. Learn more at hnrblock.com today.
710 ESPN LA with the call. The Rams season ends at the hands of the NFC champion Seattle Seahawks. Super Bowl 60, Santa Clara, Seattle, New England. Let's go. A rematch of Super Bowl 49. The New England Patriots, the Seattle Seahawks, just as we all expected before the season. I still can't believe it. I am giddy as a Pats fan, but let's talk about the Rams part of this, because we just talked about all of the Seahawks stuff and the praise that they rightfully get, from their quarterback to their defense, their head coach, John Schneider, who's put together now multiple Super Bowl teams, the general manager coming over from Smalls' Green Bay Packers, both GMs in this Super Bowl coming over from the Green Bay Packers,
That's
Elliott
right.
Wolf, as well as John Schneider.
Do you feel good if you're Miami?
Yeah.
Knowing that you're trying to turn South Beach into Lambeau South, and you're looking at both GMs of the Super Bowl teams having roots in Green Bay?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't, because
Why?
well, they haven't won a playoff game since New England has gone to 10 Super Bowls, so that wouldn't be exciting for me.
But they're bringing in a lot of people from a place that obviously has produced winners.
Yes, the Ron Wolf, Ted Thompson, may he rest in peace, touch certainly has done wonders for teams around the league, no question. Let's talk about the Rams part of it. Cece, moments ago, you just said part of the storyline here is that Sean McVay got out-coached. What made you say that?
Well, first of all, how Clint Kubiak was able to scheme up opportunities for JSN to get open. I thought it was a masterclass on the touchdown throw that they had to him in the second quarter. JSN is lined up in the backfield. He ends up getting matched up on a linebacker. I think it was Landman, and it ends up being a touchdown. Absolute dime by Sam Darnold. And then, of course, on the explosive play to get him down there, he's at number 2. They motion him receiver out wide, and then they get him schemed up on safety Cam Curl. Ends up being a 40-yard completion. It's those little nuances, those little plays within the game that I think make a huge difference. But to me, the moment that we got to talk about is at the end, when the Rams, on their penultimate possession, decide that they're going to go for it on 4th and 4 in the low red zone, and they don't convert. I don't understand what Sean McVay was trying to do. You had 1st and 5 inside the 20-yard line, and 4 of the next 5 plays are passes. Run the damn football. Run the ball. At least have the threat of the running game. But when you have those condensed spaces down in the red zone, it gets tougher to throw the football. You got, 7, 8 defenders sitting there with their heels on the goal line looking at your quarterback. That's 7, 8 sets of eyeballs looking at where Matt Stafford is trying to go with the football, matching the routes, and there are only but so many combinations that you can have in that area of the field. To me, it was just a miss by Sean McVay. At that point in the game, you're down 4. I thought it was an unnecessary error from McVay. You could have kicked the field goal and had a situation where you're setting it up where you only need 3 at the end to win, instead of having to drive the length of the field and get another touchdown. To me, again, that was a miss by Sean McVay. So the play calling, the sequencing of the plays when you got into the low red zone, and then not taking the points when you had a 4th and 4, I don't understand what he was doing.
That's the moment. Nobody's talking about that for me. The field goal. And maybe I'm too impacted by watching Sean Payton not do that, but that's what I wrote down. I feel like that was not an option. Nobody was talking. 4th and 4 from Seattle 6 with 4:59 to go.
And all 3 of your timeouts.
You're down 31-27. Why not kick the field goal in that spot? I was thinking that as it happened. I'm like, just kick the field goal. I understand you have Stafford, but kick it.
You have 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning at that point.
I did not understand that. And by the way, same scenario. Let's play out the same scenario. Let's say Seattle has this great non-scoring drive after that. What was it, 11 plays, almost 50 yards, and Darnold throwing the ball on 3rd downs? You still then could have put yourself in a position to kick a field goal, which is, I mean, your whole mindset is different in terms of how you're going about the final 25 seconds because of the fact that you're not playing for a touchdown. Playing for a touchdown down 4 with less than 30 seconds to go is virtually impossible. Playing for a long field goal in those conditions, which are good conditions, right, in essence, is on the table. I could not understand why that wasn't a bigger deal in the moment. Why did they not consider kicking a field goal? I don't get it.
Maybe because they've been able to escape throughout these playoffs, whether it's the Panthers or the Bears. Maybe because the past 5 meetings between the Seahawks and the Rams were one-score games, and they thought, okay, if it comes down to it, we like our chances because of our experience, and we don't trust Sam Darnold. Maybe that was part of the thought process.
I think it's the trust with Sam Darnold is interesting. Let me change it from my point of view. I think they assumed Seattle doesn't trust Sam Darnold enough to do what they did with him. We'll get the ball back quickly.
Why would they assume that? Did they not watch the previous 55 minutes of the game?
So then what's the explanation for not kicking the field goal?
Sam Darnold was carving them up.
I agree.
He was great.
But in those moments, we've seen coaches say, it doesn't matter, ball control, we'll worry about our defense.
We're going to make him beat us.
Yeah. And and by the way, we should also know.
But if it's a field goal game versus a touchdown game, the pressure on Sam Darnold is completely different. So putting together that final drive that Sam did, the stakes are different. Because if you don't get a first down, then all of a sudden you know that you're giving the ball back to Matt Stafford, who's thrown for damn near 400 yards against your defense in back-to-back performances. And he only needs a field goal to win it. So the pressure on Sam – so even if you don't think that they trust Sam Darnold, kicking the field goal makes the most sense because it puts more pressure on Sam Darnold.
Right.
Again, any way you slice it, it just doesn't make sense – Sean McVay deciding that he wanted to be aggressive and go for it on 4th and 4. It's different. 4th and 2, 4th and 1. Okay, cool. It's 4th and 4, sir.
You can't run the ball. There's no option.
It's 4th and 4. And you just got by earlier in the drive with Matt Stafford being able to convert on a 3rd down using his legs, shrugging off DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, it's 4th and 4, sir.
It's a great run.
Like, take the points. Mm-hmm. You got all 3 timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning. Take the points. Kick it away. See if your defense can get a stop. And guess what? Even if they don't, or even if you trade field goals, it's still the same. You're down 4. I don't understand why McVay felt like he had to go win the game in that moment.
I agree. McVay post-game on whether or not he was trying to call a timeout before that 4th down play.
I mean, we had our chances. I thought about it and, didn't decide to do it. Obviously it didn't work out for us. But, I thought our guys played well. I thought there was a lot of things that, we got a lot of what we wanted today. Felt really good about the way that our guys executed, specifically on the offensive side. And, that was a situation where we just kind of came up short. They kind of lucked into having 2 guys peel on Kyron right there. I know that can't be part of their design. So it's a fortuitous bust by them.
The other part of it we have to note is that Colby Parkinson on that same drive dropped the ball on a 3rd and 1.
Which would have been a walk-in touchdown.
And that was right before Stafford did an unbelievable job of getting that first down in that run. Yep. But the Rams had missed opportunities. Down 17-13 in the 3rd. Seattle goes on a 7-yard drive. They punt it away, and it's muffed by Xavier Smith, which gives them, obviously, a chance to go to Cooper Kupp right away.
Turns out Chase Blackburn, former special teams coordinator, wasn't the problem when it comes to their special teams.
And then, dropped at 31-27, as we mentioned, the 4th down. So they definitely had moments in this, they being the Rams, had moments in this game where they shot themselves in the foot. I mean, I don't think there's any question about that. That is not to take anything away from Darnold and the Seahawks. They were unbelievable. But McVay, who is usually unbelievable in these moments, he kicks a field goal, and let's assume it's good, at 31-30 with almost 5 minutes to go. It's a completely different story as to how this game plays out. Maybe Seattle still wins, but the way in which they win would feel different than the missed 4th down after the drop on the 3rd down.
Yeah, McVay's first loss in conference championship game weekend. It's crazy.
Devontae Adams, unfortunately for him, 0-5. 0-5 in conference championship.
He was devastated
That's
afterwards.
rough.
Yeah,
that is rough.
He balled yesterday too.
That
is
was rough.
Cooking Devin Witherspoon, cooking him.
Yeah, but Devin Witherspoon, some big plays in the 4th quarter.
Okay.
2 huge plays when it mattered.
Okay.
Is that a good game? If you struggled in the beginning, but then you come up big twice when it matters, is that a good game? I would say it's a good game.
Christian Gonzalez had that game.
If you win,
Christian Gonzalez didn't get cooked like Devin Witherspoon got cooked
on the one play. He did. Man. Christian Gonzalez, get to know JSN. Get to know JSN, Christian Gonzalez, because that is your next 2 weeks, just hovering around that man, and that is not going to be easy. All right.
No.